A text says, "You're on my mind." A bouquet from 1-800-Flowers says, "You're my everything." Heartfelt moments belong in the real world, not just your phone. For 50 years, 1-800-Flowers has helped millions of people make memories that'll last a lifetime with gifts they'll cherish forever. Their expertly curated arrangements and gift baskets ship nationwide with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait for the next big moment. Make it when you visit 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Everything's gonna be alright. 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 And I'm in your arms tonight, baby.
Hello, party people. It's me, Jenna Kim Jones, and I am so happy to be back with my second episode of Jenna Tries. It's crazy. First of all, thank you to everybody who listened. I felt like you were so kind, and I'm still learning how to do this, talking by myself. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and I hope that I'll get better at it because, I went back and listened to some of it and I thought, whoa, get it together. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get it together. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today. We've got some Jenna Tries, but first, I just want to give a shout out to Wiki. This episode's brought to you by them. Wiki is so amazing. They're your brand's creative partner. They work with me. They built my website. They've guided me on some really great transitions in my career. Wiki specializes in branding, web design, educational videos, and 3D animation. Everything you need to bring your ideas to life and make them look amazing. I've worked with Wiki for literally years. They built JennaKimJones.com. They played a huge role in growing my business, and they're so easy to work with. Mark and Barbara, they have decades of experience, and everything they create is original. You're not just getting like an AI, plug it in, we don't care about you. No, I reach out to them, they help me, and they really have a lot that they can teach as well, which I think is really cool. So with so much competition out there, standing out, it's really hard, but that's where Wiki delivers. I trust them. I trust their experience. So if you're looking to, create a website, work on your existing website, your branding, please, if you're ready to level up, it's time to go to wiki.co. That's wiki, WICKY.co, so you can learn more and get started. I really recommend it. All right. So anyway, we're back. Second episode. First of all, I got some good news, bad news. We're just going to dive right in. I got good news, I got bad news. Do you remember this segment? I feel like this was something from Animaniacs when we were kids, like one of the best cartoons. We've let our kids watch a lot of it, and yes, they might not understand all the 90s references, but I think the show still holds up. Okay, so anyway, good news, bad news. Good news, Elizabeth Smart is in the news for winning a bodybuilding competition. She is looking ripped, okay? She won, I think, this bodybuilding competition. She is like killing it. I mean, it makes sense. I feel like someone who's lived her life, who's had the experiences she had, you might want to be the strongest person in the world after that. And emotionally she could be. I don't know how she's just done amazing. Anyway, the point is, that's the good news. She's a bodybuilding champion. Bad news, any resemblance she and I might have had over the last 2 decades, longer than that, is now officially gone. We no longer look alike at all. And that's okay. That's okay. She works a lot harder than I do. I'm not going to lie. I'm here ready to do Jenna Tries and eat some junk food. And she's like, no, I'm going to get stronger. And that's okay. That's okay. So I'm her if she, I don't know, stop trying so much. I guess. I don't know. But I'm proud of her. Good news, bad news. Shout out to all of you who reached out to me with some text messages. I'm going to read 2 today. First, this one. Enjoyed your first episode solo. Thank you very much. Don't forget the Cheerio story from 2 years ago. I have not forgotten the Cheerio story, and I will be bringing that to a later episode. Don't you worry, it's time. Helmets are super important. I agree that parents can be too much on a lot, but helmets should be used more than they are. Okay, fine. I'm with you. My kids wear helmets when they ride their bikes, when they scooter, and when they rollerblade. Is that appropriate amounts of helmet? I think it is. I think I've done a pretty good job about it. I'm pretty neurotic, so I don't want any major accidents. Okay. Another podcast, fart noise. So that's nice. Thank you so much. Nice new podcast. That's from my brother. Shout out to my brother who is being the ultimate brother. Listen, he's older than me. He's my older brother, and yet he still treats me like we're kids. And honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Thanks for the shout out. Glad you liked the new podcast, bro. I think it's time we dive into a Jenna Tries. So let's get right into it. Jenna Tries. I was at the grocery store and I saw this and I thought, boy, Nutella's really having an amazing run. First, they were floating across a spaceship and billions of people saw their brand and went like, wow, even astronauts eat Nutella. I guess I should be eating more Nutella. I mean, that's what we all did, right? I'm out here eating Nutella like an astronaut. Okay. But they have a new product, which is amazing timing, okay? This is Nutella peanut spread with cocoa. I have a confession to make. I don't love Nutella. Hazelnut flavor and it's hit and miss. Some things I'm good with. Nutella is not one of those things. I always feel like the hazelnut just completely overpowers the chocolate and it makes me sad when I eat it. So I am excited about peanut Nutella because I do love peanuts and I love peanut butter chocolate because Reese's. And, you know, maybe until Reese's finally puts real chocolate back in their Reese's, this could be my alternative. Look at that. It's a fresh jar of Nutella. If you're watching the video, you can see it. If you want to watch the video, go to jennakimjones.com and sign up to subscribe, and then you can watch the full video and see me with my crazy hair and my new layers coming out. I am excited to try this. I went and got a piece of bread. I made this bread on Sunday, but then I put it right in the freezer, so it's pretty much defrosted. I got a piece of bread. You're supposed to eat this with bread, right? I don't know. Here we go. I am excited to try this. I'm sorry if you're listening and you're thinking, boy, this is the weird part of the podcast where I have to listen to Jenna chew. Jenna chew. All right. Here we go. Dun, da, da, dun. Peanut Nutella. Oh my goodness. I'm so mad right now. It is delicious. Oh my. I'm so sorry for everyone listening to me chew this. I also forgot to have a drink in here. This is going to be a rough rest of the podcast. No, I'm going to be fine. This is so good. The peanut does not overpower the chocolate. It's creamy. It's delicious. I'm going to eat that later and be really, really happy with my life. Oh, Nutella. You have had such a good year. You went to the moon and back. And now you're giving me peanut Nutella? Does it get better, guys? I'm not sure it does. Moving on to a new topic. And this is what I'm pretty much going to focus on for the rest of the show. No, that's not true. I'm taking us on a journey. So come on a journey with me. It's 2026. And I'm going to quote their own lyrics to you. Backstreet's back, all right? They're back. They have had the most insane couple of years. First, the Christmas album that went insanely viral. Then their residency at the Sphere that they just keep getting invited back to because people are going over and over and over and over again. I have not been to the concert yet. I'm excited to see it maybe someday. I don't have any plans to go as of yet, but if Nick Carter were to call me and invite me, obviously I would go. I feel like my devotion to the Backstreet Boys, while I haven't been to the Sphere to see them in concert, so maybe that, I've lost a couple of points there. I have loved them for 30 years. That's wild. My love for them spans literally decades. Decades. I almost feel bad for NSYNC fans because I feel like they really backed the wrong horse. Those guys fell apart right away. And Backstreet Boys, they've just been going strong for years. Now, there was a short stint where Kevin, he's the oldest Backstreet Boy. He's really tall, very skinny, has dark hair, dark features. He left for a while. He went like, maybe I am getting too old for this. And then that was a sad time for us because 4 Backstreet Boys didn't feel quite as good as 5. Then there was a time when they joined up with New Kids on the Block. Also, very weird time for the Backstreet Boys. They went by NKOTBSB because they were on tour together. I mean, I saw that concert, obviously. I saw that. But it was not my favorite. It was not the right stuff, and I didn't want it that way. They've dealt with some hard times. Personal lives have been a little up and down for some of the members of the Backstreet Boys. Kevin came back because he was like, who cares if I'm almost 60? Let's do this. And I was like, absolutely, I'm on board. Let's keep this going. So I have been a big fan. I have not gone to the concert, like I said. I know people who have gone and they've said it's incredible. I've seen a lot of clips on the internet. And it looks so crazy. Like there's one song that they sing called Siberia, and it's like their faces are in a cold, snowy mountain, and it looks like you're going into the mountain, and it's their faces singing the song Siberia, which by the way is like a really sad, slow song. So I feel like that would be a lot emotionally to take in. I mean, I love the song, but whoa. I've seen young girls be like, ew, they look like dads. And all of us moms are like, yeah, we know. That's why we still like them. And I get that it's amazing. I've been to a lot of Backstreet Boys concerts in my life. So again, I'm not running to the Sphere, but I'm proud of them. Okay, I'm like a proud fan. I'm proud that they have continued on. Okay, Justin Timberlake, he can't say the same thing. Life has not been good for him recently, and the tour is in big trouble. Although I did see a video of NSYNC together. Are they trying to do something? Are they trying to make a comeback? I'd have to do more research on that, but I wonder if they're seeing the success of Backstreet Boys and thinking, why have we not done this? Particularly now that Justin had some rough, a little bit of a rough go recently. But I bring all of this up because I am a millennial. I am very much a millennial. And I realize that we have a reputation, okay? We also have this part of our millennial culture where we are obsessed with nostalgia. We just are. I myself I'm super obsessed. I mean, Al and I went out and bought the movie Three Ninjas because we're like, you guys have to see this. We've been showing them all our favorite old movies, Jurassic Park, just like a ton of fun stuff from our childhood that we love. And I've found that millennials just want the past, it feels like. And I find myself longing a little bit for that as well. I miss Blockbuster. Like, what? I think that there's a little bit of me that longs for the pre-social media days. I feel like it would be so nice to experience a day in 2002 or 1998 or, a time when my life was maybe just a little simpler. I think that technology for us was a weird go because we kind of grew up figuring out technology. Kids now, they don't even know how to set up their internet router. They just think that internet just all the time exists. Like I remember it being like a journey in college. I got to figure out how I'm going to get the internet. I had the Netflix DVDs coming to my college dorm. Like it was just a weird time of navigating technology. But we also had like a great childhood without computers in our lives constantly. So I feel like every time I turn around, I'm being faced with the past, right? I can't get away from it. And I wonder why, as millennials, we are longing so much for the past. And I think there is a lot, I think there's a lot of reasons, obviously, because we're all kind of different, but we all also were raised similarly in the same time. I think the first thing is that there's just not a lot of new things that are that great. I think AI kind of scares us. Social media is exhausting. Life with technology has presented us with new and difficult problems, like, for example, our attention spans are shorter. We're addicted to the technology. We're all diagnosing ourselves with schizophrenia, okay? Kids are getting dumber. There's greed, there's jealousy, there's insecurities because we're seeing things and we're not the same. And now there's like Ozempic on top of all of those things, which is bringing back all the memories of watching Bridget Jones's Diary and be like, she doesn't seem that fat, but everyone in this movie keeps telling her how grotesque she is. It was a weird time growing up. I don't long for that, and I'm afraid it's back. But we're on the cusp of AI, and honestly, I'm not a hater. I see how AI can be extremely cool and very useful. I also see how it can be the absolute worst nightmare. So I go back and forth all the time on that. And I feel like for all the promises that we thought were coming with technology, entertainment has just been okay. And I know part of that is because we just sit and watch short videos on our phones all the time. But, I also think, I've heard people in Hollywood talk about how movie plots are actually being dumbed down because we're on our phones all the time, which is so sad because I'm like, how can you make the movie 27 Dresses any dumber? Like we're making sequels to everything. Devil Wears Prada #2 comes out. I don't need that. The first one was so good. It was so perfect. Beetlejuice was an amazing movie. Beetlejuice 2 was not good. I don't understand why we did this. And if The Devil Wears Prada isn't good, how disappointing. Okay? So many sequels and movie plots, they're either too dumb or they're just like completely ridiculous. And kids' movies are always so overcomplicated and filled with all these like complex emotions that my kids are like, what even is this? You know what movie they have not made into a sequel? That Thing You Do. Because one, that movie is not my favorite. You guys know how I feel about it. Don't care for it. And two, can you imagine what the sequel would be? Just like a bunch of sad guys who are like, remember when we had that one hit? And like some of them are just like singing at the mall or just like at the small stage at the state fair, bummed out. I just can't do it. Guys, we don't need any more sequels. Don't make that movie, please, please. So I think another reason we long for the past is social media, because it might be killing us all slowly. I see the same jokes over and over again. I honestly don't understand that one. I understand that, like, I'm a comedian. There are jokes that I've told that are similar to other comedians. That is a natural thing that happens. Similar jokes, totally got it. But sometimes I watch reels and I will see not just a similar premise or a similar punchline. I will see people literally act out the exact same joke. And I don't get that. That one, I don't understand. I see the same like news articles that rage bait constantly. I can't take it anymore. And then just the like fake news or the news that's just overhyped or the clickbait. It's all a lot. And the reality is I do want to read more books. I do want to see more things that are not on my phone. And I want to have more parties. I want to like be a more social human, which is not like me. I am an introvert deep down, but I do enjoy a good party. We had a huge Christmas party this last Christmas at our house. We invited friends, people in our community, people from church. It was so much fun. I just called it like the Moss Family Christmas Open House, and we just opened our home for a couple of hours. At one point, we counted, we had, I think, about 100 people in our house having the best time. And guess how many pictures I have from that party? I think 2 that I took of the food table, because I was like, that was before everyone showed up. But I had conversations with people that I hadn't had really great conversations with. There were a bunch of teenagers like out on our deck drinking hot cocoa. The food was fun. Everybody just had a good time. And so many people came up to me and said like, oh my goodness, we used to do stuff like this. This was so fun. And now I think it has to be a tradition, which I'm already excited about. I'm like thinking about, okay, the Christmas party, when are we going to have it? Who are we going to invite? What are the decorations going to be this time? It was so much fun. These are the things I want to do more of, right? But I also feel myself resist, like, oh, I want to do parties, I want to have plans. And then there's this other part of me that's like, but also maybe I just want to be in my pajama dress watching reels in my bed, which is not the side of me that I really like that much, but it feels good. I mean, it really does. It's that addiction, right? It's that just looking. Or maybe I'm just really depressed. I don't know. You guys tell me. But there are days when I just want to lay in my bed. I know that a lot of comedians in the last few years have struggled with ticket sales, and comedy clubs have struggled with ticket sales because people are not going out. I know that there's money constraints. I know that everything is so expensive right now, but we're also just seeing a lack of enthusiasm for people going out. I mean, it hurts my feelings when shows do not sell well, and it disappoints the clubs. But I mean, clubs are pretty good about it if I have like a bad show or something. But we all, including myself, when I'm not working, act like being out past 8 p.m. is some kind of torture. If I'm braless and in my bed, then I'm fine. But if I have to be out by 8:30, heaven forbid, something's wrong. I don't know. It seems weird. I think we should all get out and talk to each other. And yes, I know I sound old. I sound very old. And I'm okay with that. I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm turning 40 this year. And I realize that is, it's middle-aged, you guys. I can't even say I'm young anymore. I'm coming to terms with being 40. So many people in my life have been like, it's awesome. 40 is awesome. You're going to love it. I'm not there yet. I hope to get there. I hope to love my 40s. But I am old in my mind. And I see it. You guys. I never saw a bird in my entire life until my late 30s. And now I'm like, look at all these birds. Have you guys seen these birds? They're so interesting. I pay attention to birds outside. What is that? Okay, I have old people tendencies. I was at church and we had to play a game on our phone. I was like sitting with the youth group trying to play a game on my phone, and I had to be like, what is this? How do I do it? It made me feel old. But I mean, I still have that young, I don't know, chutzpah, is that the right word? I have some vigor left in me because there's still a part of me, for example, that wants to accomplish big things. Like, I really want a concrete patio in my backyard. And have I been watching videos online about how to pour your own concrete patio? Yeah, I have. Thinking like, yeah, I can definitely mix like 80 bags of concrete and pour it and make it look good and not make a huge mess. Like, are you kidding me? I've got the confidence because I'm older and I have done stuff, but physically I'm also getting older, and pouring my own concrete patio, what is wrong with me? But I still think maybe I could do that. And then the other day I was out with my family, and we ran into a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a while, and she's so much fun, and we were laughing about all kinds of stuff, and she was like, I'm in my grandma era, and we're about the same age, she and I. And I was like, oh my goodness, what's that? She's like, it's like a thing. It's a real thing. I'm in my grandma era. You can Google it. So, I had to Google it. And the grandma era is basically when you just start taking on hobbies like, crocheting or sewing or learning skills that are quiet and calm, and you're trying to get off of the internet and also have quiet time for your mental health and self-care. And yeah, I've been in my grandma phase for a while, guys. I definitely am. Last year, I learned how to sew. I made pajama pants at Christmas time, and I'm crocheting a vest. I'm going to post my updates on the vest that I'm crocheting on jennakimjones.com because, guys, I've been working on this vest for a while. Here's the truth. I have not worked on it for months, but I'm about to restart working on it because I have to get this vest done by Halloween because it's a Halloween crocheted vest. And it's as insane as it sounds. And I'm going to make it, I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to show it to you because I can't wait. Anyway, so I guess I am in my grandma era, except I also feel like grandma era isn't exactly right. Really, what it sounds like is for my mental health and my self-care, I just want to get off the internet and learn some new skills. I think that's what we're lacking is like this motivation to go out and learn something new. My grandma was busy all the time. My parents didn't have reels and TV to watch when I went to bed, and my mom has a ton of really cool skills. And I'm like, do I need these skills too? Have I been wasting my time not learning them? I wonder. Anyway, so here's what I want to ask from you guys. I'm turning 40. Oh wait, before I get into that, I do want to go back because I do think that we are absolutely overanalyzing ourselves to death. Okay, the internet has done this to us. Social media makes us want to diagnose ourselves with everything. Don't get me started on perimenopause. I think that's going to be a whole episode on itself because if I get one more video about perimenopause, I'm going to scream. I've never even heard of this word until 1 year ago. I've never heard any woman talk about it until the internet a year ago. So maybe I've been living under a rock or maybe I'm just finally of age, but I feel like, what are we doing? Anyway, I'm not going to get into that because that is not where I want to go. But I do think it's funny because I think that X, formerly known as Twitter, thinks I'm ADHD. Because all it does is show me ADHD tweets about ADHD people. And I don't understand why. I have not set a preference to show me things about ADHD people, but it is that For You section is like, hey, ma'am, you might be ADHD. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. I don't know a lot about ADHD. I really don't. I do think that the posts that I'm seeing on X about ADHD, I mean, let me just read some of them to you. This was one of them. ADHD is putting a task off for a month until you receive some bizarre energy boost that carries you through it, only to realize it took you less than half an hour and wasn't worth the stress. Is that ADHD or is that just being a human person? Because that just sounds like everyone I know. Do we all have ADHD? Okay, here's another one. ADHD people screenshotting and bookmarking everything because they're afraid of losing ideas, only to never look at them again because the archive is now its own overwhelming problem. What? Again, isn't that just being a person who consumes things on the internet? Guys, I have some other ones here, but I can't read them, but maybe because I'm ADHD. I saw an article that the Free Press did that was about a girl who thought she was autistic, but it turns out she might not have been. Again, I didn't read the article because I'm ADHD. I'm sure I'll get to it. But I just wonder, maybe we need to calm down about self-diagnosing ourselves. Maybe you do have ADHD. Go to the doctor. Maybe there is something you need to address. Totally fine. I'm for that. But a lot of us are self-diagnosing, and X really wants to diagnose me as ADHD. So maybe I am, or maybe we just are all alike, and maybe we all have some of these tendencies, okay? I think procrastination is just kind of a human trait, okay? I'm just saying. So Now that I have ranted on and on and on and on, here's what I want to say. I am turning 40 this summer. And I guess what I want to hear from you guys is, what have you learned as you've aged? I want to know what you've learned, because I've been sitting back because I'm trying to do more writing, and I've got a couple things that I'm working on, a couple of pieces, and one of them I would like to be, what did I learn in my 30s? And I'm going to be honest, when I sit and like try to think of something, I'm drawing a blank here. And I know that I've learned a lot. The 30s have been insane. I had 3 of my children in this last decade. I had a miscarriage. We had a pandemic in the world. I moved cross country. I moved to different homes. I had an RV for a while. Like, I know I've learned a lot, but what did I really learn in my 30s? What am I taking from my 30s with me into my 40s? What am I trying to leave behind? What am I doing? This sounds real self-help and like kind of making me sick, but I am curious what you've learned as you've aged, or what you're learning right now. Maybe you're in your 30s, maybe you're in your 20s, and you're looking and you're thinking, oh, what does the future hold for me? I don't know. I feel like most of my listeners here were kind of in the same boat. So I want to know, what were your 30s? What are your 40s like? Please tell me. I'm dying to know. I need you to text it to me. And of course, I can't remember the number right now, because why would I possibly have put that in my show notes? Oh my goodness, Jenna, what is wrong with you? I just want you to text me or leave me a voicemail or send me a message on Instagram or X or Facebook or whatever social media you're currently scrolling. Let me know what you've learned as you've aged, what you like about aging, what you don't like about aging. I'm at a crossroads, you guys. This midlife crisis thing, maybe it's coming my way. I don't know. All I know is that it's time for me. I'm getting older. It's so weird. And my kids are getting older, and that's weird as well, and new and different. So think about it. Send me a text. Send me an email. You can email me, jennatries@jennakimjones.com. You can send a text. The text number is in the show notes. Just click on it. Or send me an Instagram message. Like I said, I'm very available on the internet. And I want to hear from you. Also, if you have a chance, let me know where you're at. I would love to come to your town and do stand-up. I'm currently booking shows and trying to get some stuff going. So if there's a place you'd like to see me, please let me know. And if you want more of Jenna, jennakimjones.com, please, if you're not following me on social media, do that as well. This is me begging you to come and be part of the journey with me. Okay. I understand. Maybe you want to get away from social media. Maybe you just want to check the updates at my website, or maybe you just want to give me a text. That would be great too. All right. Now I'm rambling. And what I really want to do is eat the rest of that peanut Nutella that was so amazing. I'm really grateful for you guys. I'm grateful that you're listening to the show. Don't go anywhere. Tell your friends about it. I can't wait to hear from you. And don't worry, that Cheerio story is coming. Talk to you later. Bye.
Everything's gonna be alright. 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 And I'm in your arms tonight, baby.
Most people overpay for car insurance, not because they're careless, but because switching feels like too much hassle. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.